Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to share with you the third chapters of the material, the third topics about foundations of individual behavior. So, in this chapter, I'm going to cover four things. The first is about ability of individuals. The second one is individual attitudes. The third one is job satisfactions. And the fourth is learning ability of individual. So now we go to the first one, individual ability. Individual ability. Okay. You should read the materials and study my slide in details for explanations and definition in detail of these things. Here I can briefly explain and connect all the main points of the topic for you, help you easier to understand the picture of the knowledge of the topic. So in terms of ability, we talk about three aspects: physical ability, intellectual ability. Okay, so we don't mention about physical ability here in this course. So what is it? Physical ability, it's also about individual strengths, flexibility, okay, so you can do something like jump high, bend your body in such a way that somebody cannot do, for example. So we don't talk about this as our physical body. We can look at people and then you can understand immediately what people can do here. Okay, but we mainly focus on what we call intellectual ability. This is more important. And we cannot see directly the intellectual ability. It's about the ability of reasoning, about problem solving, thinking, etc. No? It's also about reasoning, okay, problem solving, thinking, making decisions, etc. Okay, so we here in our OB course, we focus on studying the intellectual ability, how to improve this. So in order to improve this, you should understand all aspects of intellectual ability. What make up our intellectual ability? Do you know? Okay, so you can read the material, or let's say search for the dimensions of intellectual ability. Okay, so you can find way to improve it later. Yeah. In terms of ability. So in order to tell you that you are intelligent in some way, in some aspect, at least you should have these 7 dimensions. And of course, it is very difficult to find somebody who have all high score for all of these 7 dimensions. But we low at this, but we high at the other. So it is a mix. Yeah, our intellectual ability, it is a mix of these 7 dimensions. So then, as a manager, we should understand this, and we know who's strong at what in terms of intellectual ability. Then we can find the right person with the right ability to do the job better. So we should look at, 7 dimensions of intellectual ability. So what are they? So the first one we call, the first dimension of intellectual ability is verbal comprehension. Okay, this is about the ability to use word, to use language to make people understand. It is about how to use our verb, our saying, our talk, our speak, our explanation to convey what we think to the other in such a way that easy to understand. Okay, if you clever, intelligence, but you don't have the verbal comprehension dimensions, then you fail. You can make people understand you. So it's difficult to work with people, right? And the second dimension is number aptitudes. Number aptitude. This is important. So number aptitude is about our ability to work with numbers. We know how to calculate things, okay? So if we don't know the numbers, we don't know how to calculate things, okay, then we are cheated all the time, okay? We don't know how to calculate, how to put things together, right? So we cannot say somebody as intelligent if they don't know anything about number. They cannot work with number. Oh yeah, and of course, not all people can work with number well. Somebody can work with number very well, but somebody just lower level, middle level, or low level. So it depends. The third dimension is about memories, about memory. Okay, memory play important role in this part, in this intellectual ability. It means it's difficult to work with people forgetful, right? Okay, we can memorize things and put it and save it here somewhere in our brain so that we can use it later. Okay, and the fourth dimension is inductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning is the way we can learn the words by collecting piece of information every day, and then we can draw up the pattern. We learn the lesson from it. If we cannot do the inductive reasoning, then we cannot grow ourselves. We are rather forever as live our life as a baby. Okay, so we learn the words using inductive from very little boy or little girl. We use the induction even when we are still in our mom belly. You see that? So we use this kind of ability to learn about the words around. Very important. And the fifth one is deductive reasoning. Okay, inductive reasoning means you collect pieces of information about the words and then draw out the lessons. But now you have a theory, you have a statement, something as it is, and then you have to break down into pieces. Okay, you set up kind of criteria, and then you explain from each of these criteria, and if everything is okay, good, then you can come up with a confirmation that, okay, this is correct, this is good. Okay, for example, if you say, if you look at a girl and you say, yeah, she is beautiful. So if you use the inductive reasoning, beautiful because of the eye, beautiful because of all of these things, okay, beautiful. But if you use the deductive reasoning, say, hey, wait, if she is beautiful, then her eyes should be like this, her head should be like this, the way she wears should be like this, and smart, and let's say the heart, etc., should be like this and this. And if everything have high score for X criteria, then yes, the conclusion is yes, she is smart. So we use both induction and deductions every day in our life, okay? And the sixth dimension is perceptual speed. This is about our perception about how fast things move. Okay, for example, if you open the window and if you stand inside the window and you hear the wind flow, there you open the window then. You hear the flow at very high speed, and then you can perceive it as dangerous, right? You dare not open the window. So people with low perception of speed, they cannot perceive how fast the speed is, and this is dangerous. This is dangerous. Okay, and the last dimension of intellectual ability is visualization. Okay, visualization. It means, okay, you have such ability to imagine things. For example, this kind of building, before this building exists, okay, it already existed in the head of somebody. For example, the architect, the one who designed this building, okay, before this building exists, he already have the image of this building in his head. So visualizations, okay, spatial visualizations is play also important. Okay, spatial visualizations. So here are 7 dimensions of intellectual ability.